is Vincentus Tarasavichus, and my student number is X23524449. So today I'll be talking about the two assignments that I was assigned. So I did my Porsche and my weather. So on my Porsche I have HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and XML. And for my weather, I have HTML, CSS, JSON, and JavaScript. So, project architecture overview. Porsche inventory system. Static XML data processing with client-side search capabilities and product code-based lookup functionality. So, in my XML, I basically have an XML table. So, in the search bar, whenever you search up a code, it'll come up and it'll give you the table. Weather forecast system. Dynamic REST API integration, delivery real-time weather data with city-based search capabilities. So in my weather forecast, I basically used a API key that would get all the wind speed, like uh, meters per second, and the time and the date, and so on. Share JavaScript core. So basically, I used DOM manipulation, async, and comprehensive error handling systems. Both applications leverage a common code-based approach demonstrating code reusability and consistent design patterns across different data sources. Data loading and initialization. Porsche XML processing. The system's loading static XML data using the Fetch API and a DOM parser to convert XML into manipulable JavaScript objects. So let all products, so basically this gets all the data from the XML file. Async function load products. So I have a function called load products. So I have a const response, await fetch. I have a variable called response, and it awaits and it gets the stuff from myPorsche.xml. Const text equals await response text. So it will give you, so it'll make the XML to the text. So const parser equals new DOM parser. So what it does is it'll manipulate the XML, the DOM parser. Const XML equals parser, parse from string text XML. So basically what that does is it'll get the file, it'll make it into the XML file. Const products equals xml.get elements by tag name. So it gets all the elements in the table product in XML. All products equals array from products. So all the products from the table. Weather REST API integration. The weather app dynamically fetches real-time data from opening weather API parsing JSON response from immediate display. Let all the weather app. So this will load all the data from the weather. Async function load weather. So I have a function called load weather. Const city. Uh, so I have a variable called city document.get element by ID search city value. So basically, like in city, you search the in the search bar, search city, and const response equals await. So the response is await from the city. Fetch. So actually, I used fetch for my JSON. So I fetched the HTTPS and then plus the city and then plus the API key. Const data equals await JSON response JSON. So it will response into the JSON. Comprehensive error handling, input validation. So I'm going to be talking about how it actually makes the error in my code. So both application implement input validation checking for empty fields before making data requests to prevent unnecessary processing. So as you can see here, I have if statements for the error handling that I have. So in the let table, so basically I have a table and it has my category and description, and so on. Well, at the start, I'll put error. I'll show you in the code later on. Table, so it'll make a message saying please enter a product code whenever you enter something that's not there. And in my code, I also use the if statement for say if I actually make a mistake in my code that I put in, say if I put in 1, it'll just say 1 and then plus code. So the code from the search bar that I put in, it'll say is not a product key. So this gets all the stuff from the product table and then it returns. API error management. The weather system gracefully handles API failures, displaying user-friendly messages with cities aren't found or network issues occur. So also I have a if statement. So in the response with the API, uh, I have so if response is okay, so it'll also in the table it'll add error inside of it. I'll show you later on. So if I actually put in like D, but instead of Dublin, I put in D, or if I make a mistake in the search bar, it'll basically just say city not found, and whatever I put in the search bar, so plus city, please try again. So basically, you'll have to try again and put in an actual uh, city. Document.get element by weather table, inner HTML equals table. So whatever is in the table, put it in and then return. I also have an if statement that I'll show you later on in the code. Basically, it does the same thing. It has the error in a table, and say if I actually don't put any cities in, it'll just say please enter a city or something like that. Data processing and search logic. Array search algorithm. The POR system iterates through XML parsed products arrays matching user input against protocols with linear search efficiency. JSON data extraction. Weather data undergoes timestamp con conversion, temperature, rounding, and metric extraction from netted JSON structures. Dynamic display. Processing data is formatted into HTML table structures and injected into the DOM for immediate user visible. So in my Porsche, I have a for loop. So basically, I'll print out everything from all products, and it'll. So this is the table that I put in. So this will get all the stuff from the XML. So say code. So and then so on. It'll be category and so on. So, and if it's found equals true, so it'll just print the table inside of the, whenever you search something in the search bar. Weather processing. So data time equals new date. So what I did is from the API, so all these variables here is actually from the API, and basically it just gets all the date, time, date, temperature, and weather, and so on. Dynamic HTML generation. Let me walk through how both applications construct complex HTML structures programmatically, ensuring data is displayed in clean, organized tables. Table structure creation. Initialize table with header, row, defining column structures and semantic meaning for user comprehension. Data row generation. Iterate through process data, building table rows with properly escaped content to prevent injection vulnerabilities. DOM injection. Replace existing table content with new generated HTML using inner HTML for efficiency bulk updates. So in my Porsche, I actually have 7 columns. So in my table, I have category, code, name, description, field type, quantity, unit, and price. And in my weather here, I have 6 columns. I have day, time, temperature, Celsius, and so on. Event handling architecture. User input capture, button click triggers search function. So whenever I have in my HTML, I have a button click. So whenever you click the button, it'll like give you the table. Data validation input check for completeness. Error management failure handle gracefully. So like I have the if statements to show me the errors that I actually have. Data source queries, XML file and API input access. So I have the API and the XML file with the JavaScript. So basically everything's like kind of linked. Dynamic UI update DOM updates with results. So I use the DOM parser to manipulate the XML and response processing data parsed and formatted. This approach allows for consistent, predictable user flow across both applications, making the interface better and the code-based maintainable. So technical achievements. So products catalog Porsche inventory with detailed specifications. So in my Porsche, I have detailed specifications like I have my XML file, I have my JavaScript that have functions, my variables, if statements, uh, and the table itself. And real-time data, global weather coverage via API. So in my JavaScript, I actually have the JSON with the fetch that fetches the API key, and it's actually very interesting. You actually get the stuff from a different website, and you use those variables, and then I actually show you the stuff inside of the table. Data source XML and REST API integration. So basically just XML and API. JavaScript expertise demonstrated. Programming. So I showed you the asynced parents for clean, readable code. DOM manipulation. So dynamic content generation and injection. So basically I showed you the DOM manipulation inside of my XML. Error handling, comprehensive validation, and error management. So like how I showed you the if statements where it gives you the error inside of the table. Event architecture, user-driven event handling systems. So this is my PowerPoint presentation, and let's get into the code. So I'm gonna run my code here, and I'm not gonna forget. I'm gonna show you the stuff that I did in my if statement. So here I have in my weather, I have the variable city. So in the search city here. So let table. So I added the error here with the date, time, temperature, weather, humidity, and wind speed, and the actual like error that will show. Please enter a city name. So this gets it from the weather table that I created, and document.get search C. So this is if this is the value it'll show. Please enter a city name, and I use the fetch with the API, and I have the if with the response from the API dot OK. Is it okay? But technically, let Dave. So this is the table. Inside of the table, there's the error, and then this will just display the if code not found, and then I'll just have whatever you put in the search bar, and then please try again. So it'll be like D, city not found D, please try again. And then here I don't have the for loop, I just have the basic table here with all the variables from the API. And then this just whenever the search button is clicked, it just runs the code. And then here in my JavaScript, I have the variable code. So in my search, it has the error category, code name, description, fuel type, and so on. This will give me the error. Please enter a product code. So like if nothing was found in the search, it'll just say please enter product code if you enter it with nothing there. Doc type doc get element by ID product table. So this gets this basically prints the table return, and let found equals false. So it just basically tracks whatever is in the XML file, so it matches the products. So here I actually have the for loop with all products, and then this is actually my table that connects into the XML. So if found equals true, then it'll actually like print all the stuff from the XML. And then here I have the if statement, and this is from found, so here. And let table, so show the error table. Sorry, code is not product code, so just show whatever you put in the search bar. And then this is whenever the button is clicked, it basically like it'll run. And this is my whole uh, code that I've coded in my assignment, and I'm very happy with what I did. In the XML, I actually have a small teaser. I have the tanks that was created by in World War II by Fernandez Porsche in 1942, and I also have the tractor here. And yeah, that's my code. And I hope you enjoyed my presentation, and I hope you have a good day.